Suzuka is a notorious circuit both for its unpredictable weather and the difficulty of closely following other cars. Making the right call on when to head out to avoid traffic and dirty air can make all the difference here.
And away we go. Doesn't look like we'll have much traffic, although Hulkenberg literally just
didn't get out of the way.
The commentator's curse, and Lando got impeded as well.
Struggling with the car, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tires.
Karma. P3 for Lando. What's it going to be for Oscar? P7. Okay, well, lost a lot of time, but thankfully there's a pretty big field spread.
Perhaps a little lapse in concentration, maybe.
Well, luckily for Daniel Ricciardo, he is still in a transfer spot, should pretty comfortably get into Q2. However, for Lance Stroll, it's going to come down to the wire here. Can the Canadian get himself out of the bottom 5? That's going to be a yes, just barely. Well, actually, by quite a ways into P11 there. Good recovery lap there from Lance Stroll. It looks like Ocon will be next across the line. Can the Frenchman knock his teammate, actually, outside of the top 15? It's going to be close between the two of them. Not quite good enough. Ocon will have to settle for 16th at best. It looks like Magnussen and Zhou will finish, although Zhou looks like he's got a little bit of traffic that he's going to have to deal with before the end of this lap. So Magnussen through the final corner now. Will he be able to get himself out of the bottom 5? He cannot. Only 16th fastest. So Zhou Guanyu versus Pierre Gasly for that 15th and coveted spot. Will it be good enough? No. Last place. So Magnussen, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Bottas, and Zhou all out in Q1. Great lap there for Lando Norris. And a pretty good lap from Oscar Piastri. We'll see where that cycles us out. But I mean, if Russell's a second off Lando, we should be safe. Could be a big shocker here in qualifying for Charles Leclerc if he's not able to get himself out of the bottom 5. The man with engine damage from the contact that he had with Lando Norris all the way back in Saudi Arabia will not advance here in qualifying. Only P11 for Leclerc. A shocker there for the Monegasque driver. It's going to come down between Yuki Tsunoda and Alexander Albon. Can the Thai driver find anything in that Williams? Coming to the line now. Is it going to be good enough to go into the top 10? Enough to get ahead of Gasly, but Leclerc, Ricciardo, Albon, Gasly, and Sargent all out here in Q2.
Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there, and they'll find themselves at a disadvantage if they keep on doing that.
Sergio Perez will do a 27.9, but a 27.4 for Lando Norris. That's a good lap. That's a really good lap. Also a good lap from Piastri. We'll probably go again on that second set of softs, but thus far, those are very competitive. All right, riding on board here with Max Verstappen. This could be pole position going here for the Dutch driver. Obviously, a big race here for Honda for their engine supplier. Currently a P1 provisionally with Sergio Perez. Will this be enough to go to the top of the board? I can only imagine the answer is going to be a yes. Max Verstappen, of course, goes to the top here. Here for ourselves, can we at least try to get ahead of Sergio Perez? It will be close. It looks like Piastri has failed to improve, remains in P3. Can we at least get closer? Sort of, kind of. Not quite good enough there for ourselves. We remain in P3. It doesn't look like anybody improving. For Fernando Alonso actually comes in late with that P6 time. Carlos Sainz and George Russell's times have already been entered as Russell goes up to P8. But a Red Bull row 1, a McLaren row 2, and then Sainz and Alonso will share an all Spanish row number 3.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. And plenty of people watching on will be keen to follow Fernando Alonso's progress.
Getting into the top 6 is a very good start. With an error-free race, they'll be confident of grabbing some points.
It's the Japanese Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out and away we go. Welcome to Suzuka. Pretty good start there from ourselves in row 3. Very, very quickly going to tell Oscar Piastri, do not fight Lando here in the early stages of this race. As Lando's going to try to go around the outside of Sergio Perez. Not quite going to get there, but still decent enough effort. Although Piastri might actually lose out here to Carlos Sainz. It will be close, but it looks like we've been able to hold on here for now. So a lot of the field, the majority of the field, going for a set of medium compound rubber. However, Verstappen, Perez, and Sainz at the front here have opted for a set of soft compound tires. Let's see. So it's going to come in here. The rain's not going to be too crazy. It's just going to hover around kind of that intermediate dry mark. So this could be a topsy-turvy race, but I guess we will just have to wait and see. So from P3 and P4, fingers crossed. Don't let me down. Enters. Didn't let me down. 2.4 seconds. Very, very good. So now we wait on the pit stop here for Lando Norris. Lando Norris into the box. I'm not saying that we're going to jump all these guys. We might be just that much closer to Carlos Sainz there in P2. So going to come out just ahead of Sergio Perez. Maybe didn't gate as much as I thought we would, but still you know, we took a gamble, and we're still in P3, so not the end of the world.
Oh, and the cars there, unable to keep out of each other's way.
Oh, my
It's
God.
a blow, too, for more than one driver from the pack.
Either way, a safety car has been deployed. All gaps have been neutralized. Ah, shit, yeah.
And recharge on.
Nobody opted to pit. However, the track is drying up, and as you can see, we will actually have a dry period now at the end of this race. So one more layer of strategy potentially left to go as Zhou Guanyu is suffering from a pretty severe mechanical fault down there in position 18. So green flag's back in the air, and yeah, we've got some more hills to climb. Double overtake? I think so.
Nice.
Nice. Well, as you can see here, we are up now up to P3 and P5. We still have quite a big tire advantage. I don't know if we can go after Verstappen and Sainz, but I think we might just be able to get ourselves up into P3 and P4. Why wouldn't you defend that? Why? Oh, jeez. Okay, Shal. Verstappen stays out. Sainz stays out. We're coming in, and Sergio. Okay, everybody's coming in. We are going to double stack here a little bit. Hopefully, a clean pit stop. If we have a clean pit stop, Piastri's not going to lose that much time. No! Why? We could have gotten ahead of Sergio. Well, that's a bit annoying, but at least we still came out ahead of. Damn it! I think we made the right call. It looks like Verstappen's lost too much time on that outlap. I mean, you can see it is dry. They've gone for a set of softs. We've gone mediums and hards, and they've gone softs. But either way, I think Sergio Perez, it's going to be close at T1. It's going to be really close. Verstappen
2.5
is
20 laps to go. 20 laps.
Yeah, not quite. Sergio Perez going to go ahead and take over the race lead. We're going to be P3 here with Lando. It's very annoying considering we came in ahead of Sergio, but hey, you know, Bob's your uncle. So Sainz P4, Leclerc will be P5. We have just come out behind Carlos Sainz, or Charles Leclerc rather, here in P6 with Piastri. Got to save a bit of fuel, but we're in the fight. Let's go ahead and get gone here, Lando. So up the inside of Sergio, not going to defend surprisingly.
Yep, all good.
Onward. Oh, Perez just went off, I think. I guess it just didn't happen. They completely missed Perez locking up.
The brakes couldn't cope. By that point, it was just too late.
No. Bad science. Bad. Stop. Well, we defended from science. We should be able to get Perez pretty easily here. Yes. Up to P5. Go away. No. Bad Carlos.
Crosses the finish line first.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
Well, speaking of phenomenal, Lando Norris comes home, holds off the attack from the Ferraris, and gets his first podium of the year. Very, very good stuff. Whew, that was stressful. So Sainz comes home P3, Leclerc will come home P4, Piastri comes home a very solid P5. Still needing to work on the tire wear, but the pace was good today. Sergio Perez having that lockup just ruined what was going to be a really, really solid race. Probably was going to be either P2 or P3, but yeah, not quite meant to be here for the Mexican. P7 for George Russell, 8th for Padre, and a double. Ricardo and Sonoda come home P9, a double points outing for Cash App RB. That was a hell of a race. And that's going to be it for me today on the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys for round 5. Whew, this is fun.
And on our screens at the moment, the McLaren driver.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
That marks their first podium of the season too. A proud moment.
And a lovely show of sportsmanship to conclude proceedings here in Japan. And that's all for today as we wrap up the weekend here in Japan.
Join us for the next round as we head to Shanghai for all the excitement of the Chinese Grand Prix.